Many of you have undoubtedly seen Cathy Kroymann run through your neighborhood. Her pace is steady, a look of determination with each step. For those of you who've worked with her on various boards and fundraisers, you know the look. She's diligent, hardworking, and always goes the extra mile. Cathy stays the course with ease and grace. She never gets flustered. Recently, while walking the dish with Cathy, I was reminded of the breadth and depth of her commitment to our community by a few of the walkers that we encountered. And we really did encounter these walkers. This is not just a metaphor. We meet the host of this spring's upcoming Lifetime of Achievement Awards. Cathy's worked on this event for the past 10 years, from co-chairing to finding a host home, as well as setting up and cleaning up after the event. Cathy effectively chaired the board of Avenidas during the economic downturn when fundraising for nonprofits was challenging. When it comes to seniors, Cathy knows how to make good things happen. Next, we meet a former board member of Adolescent Counseling Services. Each year, for years, Cathy has headed the annual mailing campaign, soliciting volunteers, stuffing envelopes in support of teens finding their way. She opens her home for phone-a-thons and campaign mailings. As one colleague said, oftentimes the work wasn't finished, everyone left, and somehow by the next morning, the work was done. Finally, we meet a former PTA president. When Cathy's sons, Dylan and Tyler and Dan, were growing up, she was a presence in the schools. She taught kindergartners numbers by using shaving cream. She chaired teacher appreciation days and chaperoned school dances. She served as an elementary, middle, and district PTA president. She worked hard for the passage of the bond measure and the parcel tax. She became a candidate uniquely qualified to serve on the school board. She was elected to 2 terms and chosen by her peers to serve as board president. Cathy sifted through the complex budget and school funding issues to help our community understand the need for budget cuts. She demystified the budget. She organized 13 meetings throughout the community and spread the word. She taught us all of the need for the budget reductions throughout the district. Cathy also advocated equity in education by actively supporting Foundation for College Education and district-wide fundraising. She was also never afraid of a controversy or to stand up for what was right. Shortly after the school board had adopted a junk food ban, she discovered that donuts were being served at Jordan. It became a cause célèbre at the next board meeting, much to her son Tyler's dismay. Tyler and Dan, I'm sure it wasn't always easy to have your mom so visible in the schools, especially at all your school dances, including grad night. But you two and your dad, Howard, have always been her biggest supporters. You've lugged tables and chairs from various events. You've tolerated your dining room filled with campaign materials. And you probably sometimes missed a home-cooked meal or two. But you gave Cathy the support she needed to contribute in so many ways to our community. Cathy, for the years that you have worked tirelessly behind the scenes, serving from 5 to 85-year-olds without ever putting yourself in the spotlight or looking for accolades. As president of the school board or chair of a variety of our most important nonprofits, you have served Palo Alto as a leader with integrity, dedication, selflessness, courage, and sound decision-making. You set an impressive pace, whether you're jogging, walking, or leading an organization. It's now time for us to honor you, Cathy Kroymann, as a recipient of the Tall Tree for Outstanding Citizen 2014.
Thank you, Sandra, and thank you to the Chamber and the Palo Alto Weekly for this recognition. I'm deeply honored and humbled. I've had the good fortune to work with many of you here this evening. You're all amazing, and it's been great fun working with you for the last 28 years. My mother was a wonderful role model. My earliest memory of doing any kind of community service is of going with my mom as a young child to deliver flowers and plants to homebound members of our church. We often had elderly relatives living with us and elderly neighbors that I would visit, take meals to, or be encouraged to help in some way. So when I moved here, it was natural that I began volunteering with the Association for Senior Day Health and then with Avenidas. The Senior Day Health Center provides a warm, welcoming place for the frail elderly. Participating in this program often means a loved one is able to live at home rather than in a nursing facility. You know it's a good place for folks to be when you see the smiles on their faces as they arrive at the center each morning. Avenidas provides a full range of services and activities for older adults, including many ways to volunteer. I was especially moved by a retired teacher who volunteers with the Avenidas Early Literacy Program when she commented that tutoring young, struggling readers has given her a new sense of purpose and meaning in her retirement. As my children moved through the school system, I also got very involved in education. Through my work on the school board, I became acquainted with Foundation for a College Education, FCE, in East Palo Alto. FCE helps students of color, usually the first generation in their family, achieve their dream of a college education, something we tend to take for granted on this side of the highway. FCE students and their families work very hard and are incredibly appreciative of the support and guidance that they get from FCE staff and volunteers. Many of these students come back to work at FCE or in the East Palo Alto community. And it is so rewarding to see these students succeed and to hear them say how much it means to them to have people who believe in them and who go the extra mile to help them. They are truly raising expectations and making their community a better place. These are just a few of the nonprofits that I've been involved with, but there are more than 400 nonprofits in our area. Virtually all of them need your money, but most of them also need volunteers to help deliver their programs and services. Volunteering can be as simple as driving a senior to an appointment, or as complex as tutoring a student in calculus or chemistry. Whatever your talents and interests are, there is a nonprofit that needs you and one where you can make a difference. My life has been so enriched by the people I've helped and the people with whom I've volunteered. I've had some of my best times and met some of my best friends volunteering. It has simply been a remarkably rewarding experience for me. I want to thank my family, my sons Dan and Tyler, and Howard, my best friend and amazing husband of 39 years. As Sandra said, thanks for schlepping all the tables and chairs, putting up campaign signs, bartending, cleaning up, and whatever else was needed. Not to mention enduring 8 years of mom on the school board and eating a whole lot of takeout dinners. Thank you for always being there for me, supporting me, and making it possible for me to volunteer in the community. Thank you.